As a kid, when I was growing up, I didn't really much care for broccoli. But my mom used to make this delicious casserole, broccoli and cheese casserole. And I used to love that stuff. That was really good. So I remember she made it with soup. So I looked up on Campbell's website and found a recipe that looks like it might be similar to hers. So that's what I'm going to make up today. And I'm going to add some shredded chicken to it for a protein. So what we're going to use in this recipe, the ingredients are 1 large onion, a can of Campbell's cheddar cheese condensed soup, some minced garlic, a pound of broccoli. The breast is, I bought one of those rotisserie chickens and just cut the 2 breasts off and shredded that. And I'm going to eat the rest of that chicken later. So we're going to use that, add that to it. Some chicken broth and 1 cup of rice that we're going to cook up. So without going any farther into the details on that, let's get this rice ready to go. What I'm going to do is take this 1 cup of rice and go rinse that very well and drain it, and then we'll come back for the foodie. Okay, there we have the 1 cup of rice that I've rinsed and drained. We'll put that in the foodie. And then we're going to add 1 cup of chicken broth. Okay, let's get the foodie going. I'm turn it on, put it on pressure. I want to feature this in another video later because I'm just learning how to use it. But I'm going to put it on delayed release for 10 minutes, high. Okay, so got it in the pressure, lid closed. We are going to put it on high for 3 minutes. Then we are going to go delayed release for 10 minutes. And we're going to press start. Alright, so while that's cooking up, I'm going to chop up my onion and I'll be right back. Okay, that rice is cooked for 3 minutes on high in the pressure cooker. Then it naturally released for 10 minutes. Let's see how it came out. And that looks pretty good, as always in the foodie. So put that off to the side. Now we're going to take our onion. Well, first we're going to put a splash of chicken broth. I'm just going to put whatever's left in my carton here because it was an open carton already in the skillet. We're going to take our onion. And throw that in there. Put that on high. Start. And we're just going to cook these until the onions, let me see if I can get that in the camera a little bit better. Until the onions are a little bit translucent. So, I'll see you when we're ready for the next ingredient. Okay, those have been sauteing for about 5 minutes. They are starting to get translucent, so let's go ahead and add our broccoli. That's 1 pound of broccoli cut up. So I'm using the broccoli cuts. And 1 clove of garlic. 1 teaspoon of this minced garlic is a clove, but I like a lot of garlic, so I'm putting a heaping teaspoon of minced garlic. Alright, we will cook that up until that broccoli is nice and tender. Remaining on high heat. And I'll see you when that is ready. Okay, that's been going about 5 minutes covered. I periodically opened that and stirred it. And my broccoli looks like it is nice and tender now. So let's take our can of Campbell's cheddar cheese soup. And we're going to put half a can of milk in there. And that, give that a stir. Get that all mixed in there. Alright, that soup has got all mixed in, so I'm going to add my half a cup of grated Parmesan cheese. This is from the bottle. Mix that in with it. Alright. Now let's take our rice and put that in there. Alright, that's looking good. Last but not least, let's add our chicken. I'll go ahead and turn the heat off now. I don't want my soup to burn at the bottom because it's nice and thick now. Let's get this chicken all mixed in. That's all there is to it. Let me clean up my mess and I'll be right back. Okay, so if we were going to eat this like it is, we'd pop that in a casserole dish and throw it in the oven for about 20 minutes at 350 degrees. Now, my mom used to get those fried onions in a can, and she used to crumble that over the top of that, and it was delicious. But since we're freeze drying it, we don't need to, we can skip that step. So I got this zeroed out. Let's see what we can get on here. And there you have it. I ended up getting about 2¼ pounds on each tray. Let me get my dividers. I think I want to get about 4 servings per tray. So let's put these in there. And that'll make it nice and easy to bag once it comes time to bagging. Right, that cut through it pretty nicely. Alright, we'll get those in the freezer, frozen solid. Once they're frozen solid, we'll fire up the freeze dryer and get them in the freeze dryer. I think you'll agree that was a pretty easy recipe. Didn't take me no time at all to put that together, and the taste is astronomical. Let's see how it freeze dries. I'll see you when it comes out. Okay, there you have it. 2 trays of chicken broccoli casserole. So let's get this bagged up. I did these in 8 portions, so you could probably double my recipe if you wanted to get all 4 trays, but I kind of wanted to do some experimenting with this load, which I did off camera. Okay, so I'm just finishing off this last bag here. What I did was bag them in my single meal pouch bags that I get from topmylar.com. And just kind of crushed it up a little bit so it fit in there nicely, and I ziplock these shut. I like to do that because it gets them out of the damp atmosphere fairly quickly. Now I'll go back and I'll go in and open each one up and put a O2 absorber in each one, zip it back shut, and do a heat seal. That keeps my O2 absorbers not exposed to the moisture in the air for the shortest amount of time. Does that make sense? So that these aren't open all the time that it takes to bag these, which isn't long anyway, but I still like to keep these sealed up to the last minute. Okay, those are all in. Now if I had any left over, which I had exactly 8 for these 8 pouches, I'd put what was left back into the bag and reseal that real quickly. And I would also include this indicator, which is turned purple now. I'd include that in the bag with the leftovers, and it should go back to pink. If it never goes back to pink, I know that what is in this bag is no good. So let's throw a heat seal on here. The 8 all the way up. And I do a double seal on each bag. Okay, those are all heat sealed up. I will get these put away and then we'll do a taste test. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, let's do a taste test. I got a cup of hot water there. Let's open these up. Tubes over. Now let's see how much water we're going to use. That's half a cup. Let's get that stirred up and see what it looks like. So this was a quarter of a medium tray. That looks like it might be about right in there. So I'm going to zip that up. And we'll let that sit for 2 minutes, and I'll be right back. Okay, that's been 2 minutes. Open her up, give it another stir, and it's looking delicious in there. Let me pick out a piece of chicken and see how that's coming on. Zip that up. After that stir, we'll let it sit 2 more minutes, and then we're going to dig in. See you in 2 minutes. Okay, that's been a further 2 minutes. Give that one more stir. Oh yeah, that looks good. Check that out. Now, this is a single mil pouch from topmylar.com. I love these pouches because, as you can see, your fork reaches all the way to the bottom. So you could use this as a bowl and eat it straight out of the pouch. And I love that design. Now, they have a special promotion that they've given to my viewers, that if you have an order of $50 or more and use the promotion code BIBS, B-I-B-S, BIBS, you can save $5 on orders of $50 or more. So I hope you guys take advantage of that. And I'm not going to eat it out of here. I like to demonstrate what it looks like in the bowl so you can have a better look. So let's get it in the bowl. The smell on this is absolutely gorgeous. Let's hope it tastes as good as it smells. Alright, let me get a nice close-up of that. Okay, let's see how that comes out. Get a nice piece of broccoli there. That broccoli's got a little bit of a crunch to it, but you got to remember it was frozen, so anything you freeze dry is going to have a frozen texture to it when reconstituted, but it still has a little bit of a crunch, and the flavor obviously is all there. That is delicious. I think 1/2 cup of hot water to that quarter of a medium tray serving is about the perfect amount of water to rehydrate that, and the rice is all still fluffy in there. It's not turned to mush or anything. This is delicious. Rehydrated beautifully. We put shredded chicken in here. Shredded chicken along with ground beef and shredded beef, really, all rehydrate really, really well and really very fast. This is delicious. I mean, I miss the fact that my mom used to crumple up those French onion, canned fried French onions. That would just totally set this off. She used to put that on the top of her casserole. But other than that, I kind of tried to compensate with that by putting a lot of extra Parmesan cheese in that. And this is absolutely delicious. I'm beginning to wonder if I didn't need to make bigger portions. But of course, we don't want to overeat in an emergency situation. This is what we're putting the food away for, long-term storage. And if we were really, 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 really hungry, we'd just make up 2 pouches. Man. I'm so glad I did this. I kept putting it off, thinking the broccoli wouldn't come out that well, but it has come out really, really well. I think if you tried this very simple, very easy recipe, you'll be impressed. And I used rotisserie chicken breast, and I shredded it, but you could easily buy a chicken breast and probably put more chicken in here that way. That was a scrawny rotisserie chicken I bought. Just cook your breast up in a slow cooker, 8 hours on low, with a little bit of chicken stock in that, chicken broth, and shred that up. You can't go wrong. Alright, I really, really like this. Get the last of that bowl. There you have it. Another huge success from John and Bibbs. An easy one for you to do. I hope you tried this, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you for watching.